Relationships are at the heart of our lives. Whether it's a marriage, a friendship, or a family bond, God created us for connection, but building healthy relationships can sometimes feel like a challenge. Thankfully, the Bible offers timeless wisdom on how to love, forgive, and nurture the people around us. Today, let's explore what the Bible teaches us about relationships and hear from others how God's principles have transformed their lives. Let's start with Ruth and Naomi. Their story, found in the book of Ruth, is a beautiful example of loyalty and love. After the loss of her husband, Ruth chose to stay with her mother-in-law, Naomi, saying in Ruth 1:16, "Where you go, I will go, and where you stay, I will stay. Your people will be my people, and your God, my God." Ruth teaches us that love sometimes means putting others before ourselves. It's about commitment, even when it's hard. In our friendships and family relationships, we're called to love with that same selflessness. Who in your life could use a little extra kindness and loyalty today? Now let's look at David and Jonathan. Their friendship is one of the most powerful examples of mutual respect and sacrifice in the Bible. In 1 Samuel chapter 18, verse 3 to 4, it says, "And Jonathan made a covenant with David because he loved him as himself. Jonathan took off the robe he was wearing and gave it to David, along with his tunic, and even his sword, his bow, and his belt." Jonathan was willing to risk everything to protect David, even though it meant going against his own father, King Saul. This shows us that true friendship isn't about convenience, it's about being there for each other in the good times and the bad. How can you show up for your friends today in a way that reflects God's love? Let's go back to the very beginning, Adam and Eve. In Genesis 2:24, we read, "That is why a man leaves his father and mother, and is united to his wife, and they become one flesh." Marriage was God's idea from the start, designed to be a partnership built on love and unity. But as we see in Genesis 3, even the first marriage faced challenges. When Adam and Eve sinned, their relationship was tested, yet God showed mercy and gave them a path forward. This reminds us that no marriage is perfect, but with forgiveness and God at the center, healing and growth are always possible. So, what can we learn from the Bible about building healthy relationships? First, prioritize love. In 1 Corinthians 13:13, Paul writes, "And now these three remain: faith, hope, and love. But the greatest of these is love." Love should be the foundation of every relationship. Second, practice forgiveness. Jesus tells us in Matthew 18:21 to 22 to forgive not just 7 times, but 77 times. Forgiveness isn't about letting someone off the hook. It's about freeing yourself from bitterness and allowing God to heal your heart. Third, put others first. Philippians 2:3 to 4 reminds us to do nothing out of selfish ambition or vain conceit. Rather, in humility, value others above yourselves, not looking to your own interests, but each of you to the interest of the others. Healthy relationships aren't always easy, but they are always worth the effort. Whether it's in a marriage, a friendship, or within your family, God's Word offers guidance that never fails. As we love, forgive, and serve one another, we reflect God's love to the world. So, who in your life could use a little extra love, forgiveness, or encouragement today? Reach out to them, and if this message inspired you, share it with someone who might need a reminder of God's wisdom for relationships. Let's build relationships that honor God and bring His love into every corner of our lives.